Namaste. I used to walk at Pashupati temple every day in the morning, and I saw very healthy women begging on the streets. I was very curious. I asked them, why were they there? They answered to me and said, each of them were victims of some forms of violence. Trafficking, HIV/AIDS, polygamy, rape, domestic. Then I started talking to them every day, and I was trying to tell them about empowerment of women, violence against women. I told them I will give them some support if they leave begging. 8 women came up and said, we want to do something. I gave them 1,000 rupees each and started small shops on the street, but I made it clear that they had to return 2 rupees to me every day, so that with that money, I could support another woman. It went on very well. They were doing their business very nicely, but they came up to me and said they were very worried about their kids, especially their girl child. They asked me to give shelter. And I thought nothing. I said, okay. And I rented 2 rooms, and I took 10 children, girl child, and I started the shelter. But it was really very difficult because, you know, I was a teacher and I had nothing with me. Nothing with me. And to feed them, clothe them, medicine, education was very difficult for me. But I did it. I went on doing it. I borrowed money from here and there, and I did it. But my friends told me that if I registered an NGO, I could get support from somewhere. So I registered an NGO, and I called it MITI. MITI means Mother's Home for Girls. After that, it went on. My struggle kept on. Then I started and thought I should only work for violence against women, and especially trafficking of women and children. I went into the villages and talked about awareness. And while talking about awareness, I found out it was not as we who are in the city thought trafficking was. It was really very hard in the villages. It was almost, some villages were empty. There were no girls there. Then I said, I must do something. I rescued a child called Poonam. She was 13 years old when she was trafficked to Mumbai Kamatipur. She stayed there for 4 years. She went through physical and sexual torture, and we brought her back to Nepal. There at MITI Nepal, because of the psychological counseling, legal aid, education, she was able to put her trafficker behind the bars. The trafficking dimension has changed now. It is not India only. It is in the Middle East and the African countries in the name of migration and domestic servants, as domestic servants. We intercepted one girl called Lakpa at the international airport in Kathmandu. She had the passport, she had the visa to Kuwait, and the passport said she was 26 years old. But we didn't believe. We immediately did medical tests and found out she was only 13 years old. She too was saved. I am a woman and I am a feminist. The patriarchal society in this region and the violence against women in this region is so high especially for the stigma against HIV/AIDS. Srijana again was in India, in Kamatipur, for many years, 8 years. And the Gharwali pushed her back after she was HIV positive. She arrived at MITI, Nepal, but she could not live for a long time. She died of AIDS. I had to cremate her. I took her to Pashupatinath temple, and I wanted to do the last rites for her. The last rite cost only 850 rupees. But there, I was asked 8,000 rupees. And I argued with that man for a long time. Ultimately, he agreed to do the cremation for 2,000 rupees. I was really very sad. I said, even after death, the girls didn't get the rights. And we here talk in this world about human rights, women rights, child rights, and all the rights of the world. And there, she did not get the rights even after death. I thought I must do something for children who come back in this state. So I started 2 hospices. Now we have 78 children who are living very peacefully. I wanted them to die a dignified death and live very happily. Poonam is now in class 10. She is the jury member of World Children Prize in Stockholm, Sweden. She wants to be a child rights activist. And Lakpa is now studying in school. She wants to finish her school and do some job and support her family, especially her sisters, so that no violence will be seen with her sisters. I would like to request all of you to close your eyes and think, if your daughter was in that position, what would you do? This is a heinous crime. Let's join hands and make this world a trafficking-free world, a better place for children. Take your daughter as your pride. Men learn to respect women. And at the end, real men don't buy girls. Thank you.
पुनामा लगेर बेच्दिनु भएको म त्यतिखेर चाहिँ 9-10 वर्षको थिएँ पहिला सुरुमा जाग गएको 1 हप्तापछि चाहिँ 4-5 जना एकैचोटी पठाएको
करेन्टहरू लगाइदिन्थ्यो एकदम टोर्चर गर्थ्यो गर्नै पर्छ भनेर भन्थ्यो
एक दिनमा कमसेकम 25 30 35 सम्म पुर्याउन पर्ने बाच्चे छ त्यसो नर्कबाट फस्न भन्दा बरु स्वर्गमा आएछु कस्तो रमाइलो लाग्यो
She went to India.
India.
No, you don't know who took her.
I don't know.
Now she's traumatized. She's pregnant also, and she was taken to India, so she cannot say anything. We've seen children who have come back with, broken legs, with HIV positive when they are 14, 13, which is very sad. They are still child, you see. MITI Nepal becomes a safe haven for them. It becomes a home, their own place where they can now stay, work, be happy and enjoy the rest of their life. They call me Diju, that means the elder sister, so they have believed on me. I'm very proud of that the children really believe on me. We are doing awareness programs in the villages. We go from door to door campaigning. यस्तो मान्छेलाई त मान्छेले ओहो यो त लिपस्टिक लाउँदछ यो त उत्तौली रहेछ यसलाई त लानु पर्यो बेच्नु भनेर लगेर बेचिदिन्छ. When the trafficker comes, he never says, I'm going to take your child and make her a prostitute. He comes and says, there is a big job in the city. म So we have message for everyone. So we are trying to educate all of them and saying that trafficking is inhuman. Just imagine what would happen if your daughter was standing there, and if your daughter was there, what would you do? How would you fight? So you have to join hands. You have to take each child as your daughter.
उहाँलाई त हामी पुरै जिन्दगी पनि सम्पर्क गरे पनि कहिले पनि के अरे कमी हुँदैन उहाँले धेरै धेरै गर्नुभएको छ
मेरो आमा त मलाई जन्म मात्रै दिएको दिजुले चाहिँ अहिले यत्रो गरिदिएको छ
I want a society free of human trafficking. I hope I will make it happen one day.